All right. We'll talk about Coen Brothers movies later.
Yeah. Let's talk about
Now,
three great episodes that we weren't wasn't offended or mad or sad about. This was great television all the
this
way
is
through.
I've said this a few times, and we do get lucky from on occasion. This is a triple billing that we're doing, and I enjoyed all three of them.
I agree.
And one of them was Night Gallery, and
I know, right?
that's fucked up. But
With
yeah,
Cameron, close the goddamn door, Mitchell.
Cameron fucking Mitchell.
Cameron fucking Mitchell.
I only skimmed through that episode before to get posters. In just skimming through, I thought it was Burgess Meredith.
I did too. I in my mind, I always thought it was Burgess Meredith. Yeah.
And then as soon as they show him, I go, "That's not Bert. That's Cameron fucking Mitchell."
That's amazing.
Wow. I do have a new intro though. It's only 8 seconds. I kept it brief. I didn't get a chance to fine tune it yet because I did it before we went to break.
I'm so hard. I can't wait.
And before the show, I just slapped on some video. So it's not complete,
no,
but it's
gone. It's gone now.
What's gone?
My heart on. Oh, it's gone.
It's a new video. Is it back?
No.
Let me know when it's back and I'll play it.
So what happens at 41?
Cameron Mitchell.
I'm done.
All right, here we go.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW, the Twilight Zone. The podcast begins now.
Wow, that was a lot of work for that little bit of effort.
Yeah, it was.
That's a lot of effort for that.
It took a lot of cutting, but I need to crank up the audio. That's what I learned.
Wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's pretty good. You're trying to. You should have just had the AI do it with Rod Serling's voice, and it would save you a lot of time.
Oh, that reminds me. I did before break. I wrote a Twilight Zone script for us to read. We'll get to that eventually.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I had
the AI wrote it.
Yeah, I had AI write. I had it write us discussing a Twilight Zone episode. I believe is what I did.
Oh wow, that should be very interesting.
I have it write a Twilight Zone episode with us. I don't remember, but
either way, weird.
Yeah, either way, one of them got very sexual. We ended up professing our love to each other over and over because I kept going, write more, right, and it would always end with "and I love you too." And it's like, what the fuck are you getting this from?
Well, it's just the truth. It knows. AI knows everything.
I guess so.
I love you.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW, the Twilight Zone Review, episode 431, TC59's 403, Valley of the Shadow Redux. I'm Phoenix West.
Dick.
We originally covered this episode on episode 125 back on March 3rd of 2019. Just Frank and I.
Wow.
Yes, but let's hear. I do have the intro that Rod Serling does.
Oh, fantastic!
With an 8-second clip, it's hard to get that geared up in time.
Yes.
But let's hear that. It's at 424 of the episode. There's his. Here it is.
You've seen them, little towns tucked away far from the main roads. You've seen them, but have you thought about them? What do the people in these places do? Why do they stay? Philip Redfield never thought about them. If his dog hadn't gone after that cat, he would have driven through Peaceful Valley and put it out of his mind forever. But he can't do that now. Because whether he knows it or not, his friend's shortcut has led him right into the capital of the Twilight Zone.
Yes, that's the intro.
Rolly boy, you're dead. No, now you're alive. Now you're dead. Now you're alive again. That dog goes through so much hell in this episode.
Yeah, that poor dog is very confused.
Fucking Scotty's daughter is a little bitch. Because James Doohan was the father. That's Scotty from Star Trek in this episode. And his little girl's a little fucking bitch. And by the way, how do you have a daughter if he doesn't have a wife? Where's his wife? There's 2 women in this movie, and one of them is an 8-year-old girl. This town of 900 people has what? 5 people you see in the whole fucking show?
Yeah, it's a town. There's a sign that says how many people live there. It's like
I think it said 961 or something.
It was a crazy amount of number for seeing 7 people.
Right. It's like, come on. And they don't even have a restaurant. The restaurant's always closed. You had the hotel open, but the restaurant closed. What did you think? We would stay here and not eat?
That's my favorite performance in this episode is that guy.
The mayor or the old man?
The mayor.
The mayor's buddy.
Trying to find the sign that they. God damn it, they show it.
It's in the first minute of the show.
There it is. Oh, it just skimmed over. 981. Peaceful Valley.
Yeah, 981. Yeah, that and you see 7 people.
There's 5 buildings, 7 people. They have a hotel with nobody in it.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll correct myself. There are 4 men come and help him. So there's 11 people that we see.
To be fair, we just almost doubled the population that we see.
Yes, right then.
So keep doing that.
Yeah.
Where are these people underground?
I don't know. I mean, does everybody have like? They don't have farms because they can eat whatever they want with that gun, with that magic gun.
Do you think they'd be all giant fat asses?
They'd be like Wally. Like,
Yeah.
You want to go? You don't want to stay here in Peaceful Valley. You want to head on over to John C. Rileyville. That's over there.
He's running away.
Oh, I can't. Oh, shit. God.
Yeah.
My knees. Replace my knees. Replace my knees. Mom. And then, new knees.
They're all on Rascals.
Yeah. They all look like the twins from that Ripley's Believe It or Not in the 70s. Those 2 big fat biker twins. Oh, they're my favorite characters in fiction.
They're real.
I know, right? And they make an appearance in the Simpsons when Homer was a fat guy with Big Fat-O, and they pop up in there. It's hilarious.
The best episode ever.
Oh my God, fucking golden. But this episode, because you always say 4th season is the worst season for Twilight Zone, correct? And this episode might be my top 5. It might be my 5th best Twilight Zone episode. Wow. I loved it. I thought it was great. I really liked this episode a lot. Yeah. I really appreciated it.
I do love this episode.
No,
it's far better than almost all of season 4, except for on Thursday we leave for home.
Right.
And for me, the one
with the little girl.
No. The one with why am I blanking on the fucking names? What is it called?
Is that the one where like
the new exhibit? I love the new exhibit.
Oh, the new exhibit. I have to watch that one. I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, that's the Martin Balsam one where he has all the Madame Tussauds.
Oh yeah. No, I know that one. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like a horror episode. That's a really good one. Yeah, that's a very good one.
That's probably my favorite from. And also, there is some good ones in season 4 because the episode after this is He's Alive. That's got the
Dennis Hopper and Hitler. Yeah,
where Frank and I were both in consensus that Dennis Hopper's too good of an actor for the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
He makes everyone else stand out because he's so good that you're like, everyone else is just Twilight Zone TV acting, which is fine. It's acceptable, but it
works.
He's doing a thing and he is crushing it. And it becomes very aware of the difference of TV acting in the 60s and method acting of Dennis Hopper.
Right.
It's unfair.
Exactly. Yep.
But
I loved the episode. You kind of get a little hint of that from the actress in this episode, the girl. She cries. She has that tear, and he gives her that weird, odd kiss. There's a weird kiss that they exchange, where it's just like uncomfortable, and it's just like, I don't know if on set they hated each other, maybe. And he had to like get close to her. He's like, God damn this fucking bitch! I don't even touch her with my fucking finger, let alone my face. I'm just gonna face kiss her. It's an awkward kiss.
Her name is Natalie Trundy. I called her the original Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, yeah, she had going on. She had freckles. Yeah, she was freckled out.
Yeah.
She had some knockers on her.
I love that. Known for, and it shows 4 things.
Twilight Zone's 2 of them.
Let me know if no, she's in some stuff. She's in 40 things. But let me tell me when you can guess what the next one's going to be. First thing is in Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay.
Second, Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Escape from Planet of the Apes, Battle for Planet of the Apes.
Oh, so she was in the Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah, she was in all before she died, or all before she retired, I guess. She died until 2019.
Oh, wow.
The last thing she was in 78 in Quincy M.E.
She must have
married a producer.
Yeah, I would say so.
That was our theory.
That is the theory. That was always correct. Interesting. She just kind of, wow.
Rarely wrong. Let's see who she married.
And it's usually Twilight Zone related because a lot of Twilight Zone actresses never get past 79. Like for some reason, like that one that her only credit is a Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, different. different thing happened with her. Devoted many of her later years volunteering at Mother Teresa's hospice in Calcutta, India.
Oh my God!
Wow.
How nice! Wow! What a human being.
She was married 5 times.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
His death, divorced. Her death is the last one.
Oh well, she died. Okay.
The last marriage was for a while, 85 to 2019.
Okay, well there you go. Was she married to a Calcuttan poor boy? Calcutta child?
No, they were all
white.
Charles Hershon, Arthur Jacobs, Carmine Foggia, which sounds like a fucking Carmine Roberta Foggia, which sounds like a mafia person. She had 2 children.
We got 2 kids. So what?
Andre Lopez.
Oh, so she liked the Latin boy. She liked guys like me. That's right.
Sure. You want to lump yourself in there?
Sure, I'll marry her. I'll be number 6 on her list. Yeah. How you doing, honey?
She started acting in, holy shit. She's in a few things that Rod wrote, though. She's in episode of Climax. She's in episode of Thriller.
I bet she's in an episode of Climax.
Rod was involved with the Planet of the Apes movies because he wrote the first one.
That's true. Yeah, correct.
Twilight's on this episode. Yeah, she's in not a lot, but enough. A lot of TV stuff.
She would have been in enough stuff to get her through the con circuit in the last 20 years if she was alive.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, she could have made a fortune just going to cons the last 30 years.
And Ed Nelson, the main character, the main character of this episode, you'll recognize he's in fucking everything. He's in a lot of things. I know him mostly from Robert Denby in the MST3K made-for-TV movie Riding with Death.
Yes, that was him. Oh my God, that's right. That's right. Oh my God.
Every time I see him, I'm like, you sound just like Robert Denby at the end of the first segment.
Robert Denby.
Then he's in the second because they tied 2 TV episodes together for a movie.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I love it. He's in a ton of stuff. Police Academy 3. Just keeps going. He died in 2014.
85, I think.
Something like that.
He was pretty old. That's a good run. That's a good run. You can't be too upset about checking out 85.
No, the other guy, the main character, the governor guy.
Yes, the mayor.
78 in 1996.
Jesus Christ.
He was in Torn Curtain and Star Trek.
No, he looks familiar. Yeah, he's in. Yeah, I've seen him before many
Nation.
times. Yeah, I've seen him a number of times. He's
been around.
Good character actor. He was great in this episode.
He's great.
I love that character. Yeah,
he's the best person in this episode.
Yeah, he makes the most sense. He's right. Like, he is correct. He goes, "I wanted to give you a chance, Mr. Denby, but you disappointed me, so I have to kill you. But I won't kill you the way you think I'm going to kill you." Which I figured that was going to happen. I kind of knew, they're going to erase his memory, which is probably
osmosis. Rape his memory.
They're going to rape his memory with that giant glass bowl.
Yeah, they put up a salad bowl and it shoots a beam into your brain, I think. I don't know.
I would have loved it. The real world reaction.
Salad.
The real world reaction is, it's a fucking bowl, guys. What's going on here? You guys are crazy. You're crazy.
Like, and the machines. One of the guys is doing that off screen, like Police Academy.
But I have to say, though, this episode, I was like kind of taken aback and amazed at the effect of the car hitting the invisible wall.
Yeah.
That was really well done. I mean, that was like, it looked like that car split, like it was designed to split open, as a prop. And to do that in 1959 or what year is this episode?
No, it's season 4, so it's like 63.
63. But still, that's pretty incredible for a TV show in the 60s.
This is 63, January
63.
17th. Yeah, it looks incredible.
I mean, it's really well done.
It makes you wonder how the stunt driver's still alive.
He's not.
Should I show it? I can show it.
Yeah. It's really well done.
No, it definitely is. And I was hoping
I was shocked. Yeah.
I was hoping there'd be something in the trivia about that, but there's not.
And I love the fact that the dog was thrown out of the car dead. And then they bring it back to life because Rolly goes through, like I said, living hell in this episode.
The girl makes him vanish, and then they stage a car accident with a visible barrier, much like our show From. And then.
And I love. Let's not talk about From.
Here's.
How dare you bring up From when we're talking about Shadow Valley of the Shadow. You know what? Because you binged it. There you go.
I told you to wait.
Here it comes.
You didn't listen. That's on you.
I don't want to. I don't want to wait.
Fuck watching them one at a time.
Ugh.
I mean, in reality, all they did was tie something on the bottom of the car.
Well, it's a cut, basically, and the pop, yeah. But still, it's very well done.
It's a good cut. I think they could have cut like a second sooner. It would have worked.
I think so.
A little better, but it's
and
still
maybe drop a frame.
Shit. That comes out of nowhere when you watch it.
You pull the George Miller trick when he's cutting. He takes a frame. He drops a few frames to make it look extra punchy,
extra jarring.
Yeah,
because on the actor since you want that look.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. It's very well done.
As long as the camera's back. When it's Braveheart, I fucking hate it. Like, back the fuck up.
They fought like warrior poets.
Well, that's
and they won their freedom.
Batman Begins had the same problem.
Well, Nolan can't do fight scenes. He's never been a good action director.
I think someone told him back the fucking camera up so we can see what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
well, he did that on purpose because he wanted Batman to be like a ghost. So it's more scary because it was about fear. So he wanted Batman to be scary, not like a ninja. Well, like a ninja, but like you don't see the ninja. Which that's what I remember because when I first saw Batman Begins, I didn't like it. I kind of didn't. I kind of was like, oh, that sucked. That wasn't that great. And then as time went on, you realized, oh my god, this is a great movie. But yeah.
Oh really? Yeah, I was immediately like, yes.
No, I was just because it's not what I expected. I was expecting, Tim Burton-esque.
I was so ready to move on.
Maybe Tim Burton didn't have. Well, Tim Burton didn't really have a lot of action either, but he just had that style, which I love. But I know, but I've grown to love it. I mean, Batman Begins is my third favorite Batman movie.
Yeah.
So there is that.
I'd say my fourth favorite Batman movie.
What would be? Oh well, yeah. I guess you're right.
Fifth? I don't know.
No, I would say because my favorite would be Dark Knight, Batman Returns, Batman Begins, or Batman '89. I don't count the animated movies because Mask of the Phantasm would be. Mask of the Phantasm is like number 2 because that's an amazing movie, but it's a cartoon, so I don't really count it. Even though that's probably, I guess I'd be in a Philistine.
No, I put it behind the other 2 Nolan movies and then Batman Returns. So I put it number 4.
Oh, because you like Dark Knight Rises more than I.
Yeah,
I like Dark Knight Rises. I don't love it, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's fun. I mean, it's not fun, but it's good. I
love it. I don't know. I have no shame in saying that.
That's fine. Yeah, it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's not. It's enjoyable.
So you back the fuck. All right. So this has a 7.8 on IMDb with almost 2,000 reviews.
That's about right.
I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I would too.
I originally gave it a 7, but watching it again, it's. I don't really have any complaints with it, really.
No, it's a solid episode. I just love the idea that this guy, and of course, he's a reporter.
Yeah,
which is kind of like that's the kind of like. But then again, it's like, man, I was like, if I was that guy, and they said, "Look, you'll never want again. You'll live in a house with that hot piece of ass from the Planet of the Apes movies. Why? You could write your book, you write your novel that you always wanted to write. She brought you erasers. She brought you a box of erasers and some ink ribbon. So why don't you just take a couple of months off and just be like, you know what? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to go now. Look at that. Look at that body.
I was just reading, she just like fucked up her back before this, and she was wearing back braces, so this is her return from that.
Oh, yeah.
Friendly.
Erect like my
I'm not.
dick.
In fact, I think you and I could be very good friends, Mr. Redfield.
Yeah,
Mr. West.
Mr. Redfield, come on.
To sound creepy, she's definitely in like the top 3 for Twilight Zone hotties.
Oh yeah, no, she's hot. She's ridiculous. I was like, oh my god, who's this chick? I was like, whoa.
And it can be like, it's creepy for a different reason, not because we're objectifying women. It's because she died 4 years ago of old age.
Yeah, good for her. And she was a wonderful woman helping poor people in Calcutta.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome. And here we are objectifying her. Hey, baby, show them titties. Show us what you got.
She's clearly very pretty and
feeding the poor and shit.
He walks in here. He's got like everything he could ask for. You can create whatever you want with his little gun.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, his biggest problem, and I agree with him, is they're forcing him to stay there.
Right, exactly.
They should have done a better job explaining this is temporary. Like eventually you can leave, but for now,
are they aliens themselves because they're so old, like they've been removed from humanity? They exist in their bubble, which I guess that's the point. So they're almost alien themselves. Like that's what they've turned into. They're so removed from what humanity is that they're sort of an older breed.
I'm amazed that they didn't put him in like the garb of an older generation, or kind of like the Amish or something. They
right.
have modern stuff and modern clothes and everything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of amazed they did that.
But remember, he went into the hotel and the the newspaper was 10 years old.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That's probably the last time they updated all the clothes and books and
right. Yeah, they must do it every like 10, 12 years or something. Because
this girl says she can leave whenever she wants. She just doesn't need to, so she doesn't.
Right. Yeah. Well, they probably say that to everybody. You can leave what you want if you want. It's just like that episode of The Simpsons. You can leave if you want. Where are you going? No, I was gonna go, but you can leave whenever you want. Where are you going?
Timeshares.
Yes, it's timeshares. You can't escape.
The how great this episode have been is if they're like, we've unfortunately come to this. The first thing you did was make a gun with our weapon, with our machine, and we gotta get rid of you. You gotta leave. But I think we came up with something that's a bit of a compromise. And then it cuts to him in a cornfield, Joe Pesci at the casino style, and they just beat the shit out of him with baseball bats.
Rolly's still breathing. Rolly's still breathing. What are you doing?
It's just brutal violence. Like, oh my dear God.
They showed this in '63.
Holy shit. He's in his tidy whities like Pesci is.
Oh my God, this is fucked up.
They dump on his dog's body.
Hilarious. Oh my God. He's still alive. You fucking son of a bitch. Tough guy, you and your brother.
Oh man, I want that.
I think that's the first time. I'm kind of curious if that's the first time in movie history where the voiceover breaks into the actual events of the scene. Because how he's talking, he goes, ah! He gets hit with the baseball bat.
Oh.
And he's narrating the scene, and he gets hit, he goes, ah! And then that's the end. I wonder if that's the first. No, I'm talking about Casino.
Yeah, I know
I'm sorry.
Now,
yeah, I wonder if that. I'm curious. I wonder if Scorsese found that, because he's seen like a billion movies. I wonder if Scorsese saw that in some foreign film and he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea. I want to use that."
Probably.
It's a great bit if you can get away with it. It's pretty good.
Don't try that on your own. Don't try that at home, people.
No, don't do that in a student film, please. This fucking guy. Ah!
He's still talking shit during it.
Yeah.
These fucking guys are like, ah!
We'll meet these guys in a cornfield. Ah! But so what was funny about this episode, though, I think that set or that location is like the same location from every single Twilight Zone episode. I feel like the town where this is at.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the same town from that Time episode with what's his name, Buster Keaton. Was it Buster Keaton?
Well, in that one they actually they go out into a town.
It was like an old westerny town.
Yeah, but
I wonder if this is
back then. But when he comes to the future, they do show it outside.
Yeah, right.
It's still the studio backlot. They just modern.
Yeah,
I'm looking at images of it now, and it's clearly the man. It's. Really...
I wonder if it's the same Bill Mumy episode. That's the same place, maybe.
Here we go.
I always felt because obviously these were all shot for budget, and it's like we got a neighborhood. Yeah, here you go. See, yeah, that little girl. I hate the little bitch. She pissed me off so much in this episode. Where's my dog? I don't know, mister. Well, it was right here. Where's my dog?
Don't touch me.
Do? You little bitch.
I'll rape you. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna fucking stick this in you. What?
He grabs her aggressively, and he's like, "Give my fucking dog back."
Well, don't fuck with his dog.
And then Doohan comes outside. He's like, "Yeah, he probably ran off," and goes.
Your dog ran off. He ran off into the Enterprise. I mean, your dog ran off. He doesn't talk like that. Yeah, no, yeah, mister, I think your problem. Here's your dog right here. That's poor bastard. That poor man. My friend saw him at a convention years later. Like this was about 20 years ago. This was about right before he died, and he was just so fucking drunk, and so just everything about he was in bad shape. And he comes out of a limo, and this was at a bowling alley. I think it was a bowling alley, and he was signing autographs for some function. And he goes, "Come on, laddie! I don't got a lot of time." he had to walk in a line. I guess he was slow. So he says, "Come on, laddie, get over here. I need to sign this and get out of here. Give me my $2,500 so I can go buy some more of my booze."
I love that when they did the Futurama episode where they brought the main cast back.
Yeah.
Everyone said, "Yeah, I'll do that. It sounds like fun. Do a voice." And then they got Scotty, and he goes, "Hell no." And they went, "Okay." And they didn't. They're like, he was sounded pretty confident he wanted any part of it, so we didn't ask him again.
Maybe it was his son or something answered the phone. It wasn't him.
Who knows?
Because he was dead.
His own son.
More than likely, yes. But Futurama's back. It's on Hulu, right?
Yeah.
New season.
Yeah. Eventually.
Are you watching it? Or
I don't think it's out yet.
Wait until they're all. I think it's out. I think it's.
I don't think it comes out till next year.
No, I think it's out now.
July 24th. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Brand new.
Cool. I need to catch up on the last couple seasons because I watched them, but I didn't only watch them once. I don't quite remember them. Not like I do the first
thing.
Bunch of episodes.
4 or whatever.
Those I have memorized. It's kind of scary.
Calculon's back. That's a classic.
This
Lloydberg.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better season 4 episodes. It's simple. They got a cool premise there where they don't go too far with the technology. They keep it grounded. You don't really know a whole lot about it. There's a card that you can make a ham sandwich with.
That cracked me up.
That's the most to get out of this.
Here's a ham sandwich and chips. I'm not hungry anymore. You said you were hungry. Well, I'm not hungry anymore. Like that's how you know it's the fit of the 60s because people were trim and fit in those days. It's like they didn't eat to eat; they were eat when they were hungry.
No, nowadays I'll eat the sandwich.
Yeah, give me that sandwich.
Are you gonna eat that card?
You can eat the card too. You got gravy for this? Well, no, for the card. I want gravy on the card.
Yeah. Can I eat one of these machines? Or it's gonna. I don't even care if there's consequences. Can I eat one of them?
Can I make a gun made out of chocolate? The first thing you do is you make a gun of chocolate. That's your problem, you bastard of the future, of the modern day time.
Whatever we are.
It's a Charles Beaumont episode, so it had a good message in it.
Yeah, and it wasn't too crazy, even though he was losing his mind actively.
Even his mind was melting as he was writing this episode.
Yeah.
Am I Rolly? Am I a dog in a Twilight episode?
Yeah. You got anything else to say about this other than how hot the lady is?
I feel bad about that now, knowing she was a nun.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. It's a great episode. I'm glad I watched it. Like I said, I probably saw it years ago. Just don't remember because it did feel familiar. But I did love it. It was a great episode. So I was very happy to watch it.
Especially because it's after the 30 Fathom Grave when you watch season 4, and I don't like that episode that much.
Okay.
Frank fucking loved it because it's on a boat. I don't like the boat episodes of Twilight Zone. I find them real fucking boring. But 30 Fathom Grave, I almost wish we did that right now because that's about ghosts that are trapped down there and tapping.
Oh, okay.
And when I heard about the Titanic thing that just happened recently,
yeah,
they were doing the same thing. Like they were getting image, like audio of ding, ding, ding.
Well, what really happened came out.
Oh, did it?
It was really, really awful. Just awful.
I mean,
they basically free fell like 50,000 feet or something like that in the submarine, and then it imploded. So the last like 30 seconds of your life, you're in utter complete terror, and then all of a sudden you're dead.
Yeah, that's a good way to go out. Though
it's instant. It was just like Mission Impossible, the new one.
Oh,
at the beginning, the submarine gets blown up, and all the guys die in the submarine. They float out.
If there's a last place on my jobs I would do list, being in a submarine is one of them.
I couldn't fit in one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Even if they did, you made a hole where you could fit in it. That's the
no.
You're dragging me in there unconscious. I don't want to see it. It's not because I'm claustrophobic. It's just fuck that.
No, I'm claustrophobic. I think I'm more claustrophobic. I couldn't. That tight space would be scary. And knowing that outside, basically the wall you're looking at is what 50 million pounds of pressure.
Oh yeah.
That, I mean, it could destroy you in an instant. You could like fart and you'd be dead.
Well, I'd rather be destroyed in an instant.
I guess that's true.
Than suffering,
burned alive,
boat going down and halfway
drowning.
Down, you fall out. Yeah.
I thought you said it was peaceful. I thought you said it was peaceful. It was the worst pain. It was
misery.
Excruciating. What was it? What was it? Prestige line?
Misery.
It was misery. Cut it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Watch the Prestige. We'll talk about that in Hollywood is Dead sometime.
Oh yeah, that's a masterpiece. I love it.
Probably during our Christopher Nolan episode.
Oh yeah.
I need to see Oppenheimer still.
Oh, Oppenheimer's so good.
That's Hollywood is Dead talk. Not.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Not no, it was my fault. I did it.
No, we'll move on to the next episode now. We're going to conclude on this one, and good night, everybody. Have a good walk in the Shadow Valley.
Let's hear the outro from Rod.
Yes.
Oh God, the audio so loud there. The outro is $49.50 in LIWstudios.com and $49.50. Sorry, I'm trying to find the time. Here we go.
Yep. You've seen them. Little towns tucked away far from the main roads. You've seen them, but have you thought about them? Have you wondered what the people do in such places?
Oh, you want to see it?
I mean, could.
Because right when he said that, that's why I said yeah.
Why they stay. Philip Redfield thinks about them now.
Me too.
And he wonders, but only very late at night, when he's between wakefulness and sleep, in the Twilight Zone.
That's kind of a slow outro, but really good episode. Underrated for sure.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West. So long! Smoking hot 80s or 60s girl. Dead now. R.I.P.
She was a saint.
Smoking hot 80s or 60s girl. Wait. Oh, I didn't get she's a saint. Damn it.
No,
I'm so mad now. I didn't realize I stopped it.
I'll open the next segment with she's a saint.
I'm going to go
green fingers.
I'm going to save this real quick. I'm going to put a little video on and then I'll be right back in 30 seconds. It won't take me long.
Okay.
TZ Valley of Shadow. I will be right back. There's Rod. I am back. Why is everything got to be about show it?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they got Scotty.
It's a great episode. Sorry.
Ready when you are. 30 seconds. You're fine. My vape pen died. I had to go grab another one.
Oh no!
I know. I was about to freak the fuck out.
Banana Kush.
Ooh, it's gonna let me record 2 episodes in a row, Dick. That's incredible.
You can do that.
Yeah, it's letting me do it. So let's just begin.
Good.
Let's play the intro, and then after a little break, I'll get the intro, Rod's intro for this episode because I'm not going to do it fast enough.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW, the Twilight Zone. We have you in the podcast begins now.
I was so close. I almost had it, but here we go. I tried.
For the horticulturist amongst you.
Did you hear the way he said horticulturist?
Horticulturist.
He said it like Huevos Rancheros. For the horticulturist.
Do you need to change the background?
Yeah, I do, but here we go.
Here's a dandy.
You
A lady who plants things and then steps back and watches them grow. Roses, rhododendron, tulips, and things never before to be found coming out of the ground. Just put in. The subject of this painting has green fingers.
All right, I do want to show the painting. Welcome to LIW, the Twilight Review, episode 432, Night Gallery 215A, Green Fingers. I'm Phoenix West. Hi, Dick. This is the painting, and I'll show it, kind of go across it. It's not the greatest, but it's kind of interesting. I like this skull. I don't know if I've ever said that in my life. I like this skull in this painting.
I like the skull.
That's not something I typically
The skull, the body.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks like art, but I like it.
Dick, we watched a fairly decent episode of Night Gallery today.
Yes, and I have seen this episode before.
Really?
Years ago. And again, but I always thought it was Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
And it's Cameron Mitchell.
If you go back to previous episodes before our break, I remember setting this episode up as it's the Burgess Meredith episode of Night Gallery. He just gives off Burgess Meredith vibes in this.
He has the same hair and the mustache, and he's smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
It's very,
But like I mentioned in the last episode, the second I saw him, I go, that's Cameron fucking Mitchell. And he does a weird voice, and he sticks
with
it.
Atlanta. He's Southern in this episode.
His accent, though, fairly good.
Well, he's a good actor. Cameron Mitchell was a good actor. He just never, was.
I'm looking for a word
when
here.
He wanted to be.
One word. Drunk. He was a great actor when sober. Yes.
He was sober, yes.
When he was sober, fantastic actor.
Yeah.
He's in a bunch of solid stuff. But
yeah, he is.
Then the alcohol took over, and then he's just in whatever.
I want to sit down for this whole thing. I can't stand up anymore. Can I sit and I'll just read the script from the chair and you record me? Okay, great. I'm Cameron Mitchell.
Yeah. I mostly know him from Space Mutiny.
Space Mutiny. Grandma daughter.
Yeah.
My grandma daughter.
He was born in 1918, died in 94, age
94?
Age 75.
Jesus Christ.
I'm looking at his list, and obviously we can't not mention that Red Letter Media does a lot of stuff with him, but we both know who he was before them. We're not doing the hipster claim here. I'm just saying he's been around in the B movie stuff. If you're in the B movies,
oh sure, yeah.
I'm trying to think of the first thing I saw him in and recognized him, because it wasn't just.
Was it a Frank Stallone movie?
No, what the hell was it? It was like an older movie.
Probably a good movie. What was the older movie? See, look at his IMDb. What's his?
I am right now. That's why I'm looking off screen here.
He had to have been in some classics, and because he was fifth billed in a Western or something back in the day. Some John Ford Western or something. And
it could be episodes of Climax or Craft Theater or something
probably
like that, but I know, but because I'm like an old soul. I've seen shows from 1956 that nobody else should have seen.
Yes,
but I remember him from childhood and stuff.
Yeah,
and then to see him, I didn't know about the alcohol stuff until I saw the Red Letter Media stuff, and I'm like, oh no, I had a different perspective on the Cameron Mitchell stuff.
The sad reality of a man's demise in Hollywood.
They kind of opened that up to me.
The sad truth of actors in writer's strike. Go fuck yourself.
Honestly, it could have been 1,000 things, because it could have been Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah, probably.
20 episodes of that. He's in Quincy and Me in one episode.
Yeah, there you go. You're watching Quincy.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of he's always been around, so it's hard to put a bow on this when I know him from. But
yeah,
as an adult, high school, or I should say, what I know him from is Space Mutiny.
Yeah.
And that's what he became Santa Claus.
Whoa! Whoa, the parks!
And then they started watching, some other movies with him. And then I was like, oh, there's Santa Claus from that. And I was like, oh, that's the same guy I knew from before. And they kind of tied. He was one of those guys I had two memories of, and they tied together when I realized it was the same guy.
Right.
You have that a lot with actors growing up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's that guy.
Yep.
Most recently, it happened to me with Chris Pine.
With Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces.
Oh God, you in that shit show?
Because he was my favorite part of Smoking Aces, and then I became a Chris Pine fan, and then I look back at the cast list of Smoking Aces. I'm like, where's Chris Pine? Oh my God! And then they tied together. I was like, God damn, Chris Pine is good. All right.
I like Chris Pine.
Yeah, he's great.
He just can't open. He just box office poison. He can't open a movie. Because Dungeons and Dragons was enjoyable. It just nobody went and saw it. It did okay, but it wasn't a giant hit that I thought it was going to be. They really tried.
I'll suck
it. And it was good.
Before I see that movie in the theater.
Oh, well, I wouldn't. Anybody would.
It's like last week when we talked about. I don't care how straight you are. You're gonna fuck Ryan Phillippe.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Don't care how straight you are, how manly, how butch. I don't care.
I don't want to look at it, dick, bro. Ryan Phillippe.
I don't want to. I'm not even gonna. Come on, no. You good, Ryan? Okay, good.
What's up, Ryan?
Anytime,
Ryan.
bro. Anytime. Yeah,
I loved you in Breach.
Night Gallery.
Yeah.
This is the A side. The B side is the funeral, which we've done already.
I think we've completed this episode. I feel like
C side is the Tune and Dance Cafe, which we've done already. That was that interesting, kind of stupid, kind of interesting fever dream episode.
Yep.
And this completes it. So that's 3 episodes, 3 segments of episode 215 that are all fairly decent.
Yeah, not a bad episode.
I liked all 3 of them in their own ways. This one is definitely the best of the 3. But
yes.
We're done with that. We're done with 215 now. I can mark that off the.
We can bury it in this dirt and it'll repopulate itself.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it's going to grow on Blu-ray because Night Gallery is now available on very expensive Blu-ray.
Is it really?
I will never. I sent you the link. Remember, I was like, God, it's like $65 for season 3.
Oh,
why?
Wow. Oh, that's right. Season 3. That's why.
It was like all the seasons are for sale, but they're so expensive. And I'm like, I'm good with DVD on these.
Oh, absolutely. Because it'd be the same special features, except for maybe like a 40-minute retrospective of like the impact of Night Gallery in the modern era, and like everyone's like, "What's Night Gallery?" Oh Christ,
you dorks!
They'll talk to Guillermo del Toro. They'll talk to Guillermo del Toro. That's about it. It's fucking great.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a fucking great show.
I'm pretty sure Guillermo del Toro. I'm pretty sure he does. You probably did look up the link I sent you because I'm pretty sure I saw his name on there.
Oh yeah, no, he rips it off for the Cabinet of Curiosities, for Christ's sake.
Yes, and that's. I mean, I did watch the episode. I talked about it during our retrospect or our catch-up episode last week with Hollywood is Dead. But I watched the episode that we saw on Night Gallery. What is that? Pickman's Model. And it's I didn't like the episode, but I much rather would watch the Guillermo del Toro episode of Cabinet of Curiosities because that was way more thing and I was actually invested. The Night Gallery one, fucking boring and nothing happens and turns into a werewolf and runs off. I was like, I don't care. Like I said about the Guillermo del Toro one, starts off with nudity.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong. For something I'm not interested in, to go, hey, here's some nudity a little bit, and then no more nudity. I was like, okay, you know, yeah.
Also did these.
I just don't like. Oh, I'm looking at the prices right now for season 1, $25.33. Season 3, what is that? Yeah, season 2 is $44.99.
Wow.
Season 3, it looks like the cheapest at Walmart, $25.33. So the price has already gone down like half.
Well, all home media, no one buys it anymore, so it's all going to go down. And they're not even going to have it in stores anymore soon. You're going to see that those shelves just dwindle down to nothing, and it'll be like digital releases. That's for sale. What a horrible day that'll be.
I want
Like,
Ryan to make a digital release all over me. Sorry.
I want his
release.
digital his what do you call it? DTF or what's it? ATF or when you buy it, it's a digital item that you buy. No, it's like it's a one of those stupid things where you buy it but it's not real. It's digital. It exists.
Oh, NTF or NFT.
NFT. I want Ryan Phillippe NFT of his cock.
Okay, I'm gonna add stuff to my list of things where it doesn't matter how much you explain it to me, I'll never understand it. 3D printers. Well,
they print stuff in 3D,
but I don't get what it's printing with. It doesn't make sense to me. And NFTs is going to be one of them.
I think it's basically just a saw that cuts things, but it's programmed, so it's like a thing that goes. It's like a cutter, and it makes shapes. Because people use that 3D printer. I've seen people do life-size like battle droids from Star Wars on with a 3D printer. Like
forever. I would love to have one.
That's cool, but it's also expensive as fuck because you have to buy the material. And like the material
is the question.
It's like plastic, I think. It's just like chunks of plastic. It's like I would say it's cubes of plastics or something.
Because do you remember I showed you the picture I got of the Nicolas Cage octopus?
Yes,
that was 3D printed. It was only $10.
There you go.
It was $10, and it was like it's like this. If I hold it up by its head, the legs are probably this tall.
Yeah.
Probably like 6-7 inches, but it's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah,
creepy because the legs are like all extensions, so they all kind of hook on each other. And on the very tip of it has another Nicolas Cage head, so there's 8 of them. It's real creepy, man.
That is creepy.
Then I got my 3D printed Pickles cage that my friend got me.
Oh, yeah, the Pickles cage was very good. That was a good one. You hear about Ghostbusters? It got pushed back.
Oh, writer strike.
It's not coming out in December. It's coming out in March.
Everyone's on strike. Oh, March.
March 2024 now. Craven got pushed back to next year. Like August or October of August of next year. It was supposed to come out in October.
Was that going to be a TV show or a movie?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be rated R, and they pushed it back. And this strike is so funny because I don't think they're going to get anything. Because fuck them, they don't make good shit. Everything sucks now. Fuck them. I hope they get nothing. I don't care. Like I really don't care. These bitchy, whiny writers and actors complaining about this that. Well, you know what, guys. Write better stuff, and then maybe they'll make more money because that's how that works.
Well, here's how
make a better product.
This is definitely Hollywood is dead discussion, but we can tease it here. It's going to happen where the studios don't bow to their demands. They start casting or start doing AI shit, and eventually the independent market becomes the place to go for actual talent.
Well, that's what's going to be. No, it's going to be like the 70s all over again.
Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be the set. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's what I want. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen. Get rid, and all the bad writers are going to disappear, and good entertainment's going to come up again. It's going to be a whole new generation of shit, and then it'll go back to being a nightmare hellscape of Marvel movies. And then, because I saw a part of. I hadn't watched Quantum of Ant-Man, the last one, Quantumania, but I saw a scene from it, and it was so bad. I was like, that's shocking. Like that was a scene where the ant girl talks to MODOK and he goes, "Oh, nobody likes me." Yeah. Well, that's because you're a dick, or just don't be a dick. I was
the
like,
MODOK stuff is forced.
What is this? I was just like, this is fucking shit.
I'll say this: it works definitely if you watch the movie in order. But even then, I was still in the theater because I saw it in the theater, and I went, "Okay, that's funny. He's funny looking, but." They called him a dick like 6 times. And I'm like, okay, guys. Okay.
Is that supposed to be Corey Stoller?
Yeah, it is. From the
Is it?
Time. Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's why it works in order. Because you see him and like, and they say his character name or whatever it is. And I was like, oh my God, he's back and he's MODOK. What the fuck? Oh. So that's why I said it works in order. But like, if you watch a scene out of it, it's I can't imagine.
Because it looks like his face, but I was like, is that him? Is that what they did?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no.
I did watch Guardians 3.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I think
definitely
it's good.
the least. It's the worst of the three, but I laughed my ass off because there's the first fucking Marvel movie where she's trying to get in the car. She's like, and he's like, lift up. And she's like, all right, I lifted up. He's like, get in the fucking car now. Oh, God, oh, whoa. They said a fuck.
Oh, is that what it was? I forgot. I think it didn't even register.
He just goes, get in the fucking car.
I say fuck all the time. It doesn't even register anymore.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, Marvel.
It's like breathing. No.
But the reason I bring that up is because I also watched right after that The Flash. And that's the movie where I was like, oh, this is embarrassing how cheap this looks. The scene in the beginning with the babies.
Right.
Oh.
See, that didn't, but effects in these movies don't bother me because it's fake. It's not real. So I'm already like disconnected. It's like, what? Who fucking complains about special effects? It's not real. The people can't fly.
When you have a baby and he's going,
yeah.
And I was like, oh, that looks so terrible. Like you can just tell they went, we're not spending another dime on this thing. This thing is toxic. Get it out there.
They lost so much money on that movie. And I'm surprised. I didn't hate it. It's not a bad movie.
I hated what's his name, Ezra
Miller.
Well, first 20 minutes, and then after that, I think he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
when they give him emotion to do, when he's not just sarcastic, which he can't do.
No,
when he's actually an actor, I was like, oh, it's a shame that he's insane.
It's a psycho cocksucking whack job.
It's I'm like, oh, what a shame, because he can sell the emotional scenes, and I'm like, these scenes are great, but man, I wish they would focus more on this instead of save the babies. And I'm like, oh God, stop it.
You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
I was hoping for more from his role.
Well, whatever. You got Beetlejuice 2 to look forward to now.
Unfortunately, it's never going to come out. That's a fact.
You say that.
I'm only saying that because I said it once to you.
I know.
Now I'm sticking by my guns for no reason.
And I send you every news article I can find on Beetlejuice 2.
And I read them, and I don't say a word back.
And I'm so sad that we live in a world where they are actually making a Beetlejuice 2. I'm like, God damn.
At least it's not what Kevin Smith said.
Ghost Hawaii. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's what they wanted to do then. I don't doubt it. But it's just
Night Gallery.
Oh, Green Fingers.
Green Fingers.
Cameron Mitchell essentially is a big, entrepreneur, is a big tycoon, wants her land. She's the last person to sell on this property. She can build a giant factory.
Evil white developer.
Yes, wants to make a cigar factories because he smokes 17 cigars in this episode. Yes. And he basically
to light them only so he can smoke them and throw them back in the garden.
Yeah, he throws like a half-smoked cigar. I go to them down near the nub because fuck, I pay money for these things. I want to smoke every last fucking
white man exec.
Exactly.
But I'm Latino. He's like halfway through it in the limo when they
I remember.
And he puts it down and grabs a fresh one and goes, I'm gonna go talk to her. And then like 2 minutes they talk and he's like, all right, throws it in her fucking bushes.
The bad thing about these shows, though, that I've noticed, like cigars in old shows that are like not quite, the colors off, technicolors off, it looks like a turd. It looks green. It looks like a sick turd, and it's probably brown or it's like a Maduro. It's black, so it's like a Churchill. So it's like long and black or brown, but it looks green. It looks like a pea green. So it's like, that looks gross. Who'd want to smoke a cigar?
Sometimes a cigar is a big brown dick.
It really is. I know. I smoke them all the time. I gotta stop. I smoke a cigar a day now. I gotta stop doing that.
I had cigars from when Nolan was born, and I realized the other day they're still on the top of my fridge. I never touched them, and I'm like, damn, Dick and I should have. Like, there wasn't anything fancy, but it was like mid-level cigars.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would have been fun, but I blew it because I forgot.
Well, you can bring it back to life. The price dry itself.
I don't have a human.
You can bring it back to life. No. What you do is you take them, you get a wet paper towel, you wrap them in a wet paper towel, and you put them in the fridge for like 24 hours, and that brings them back.
I'll find a way to fuck that up.
No, it's not hard. You can literally soak it in water, take it out, like run it through well, actually, you can't do that. Never mind.
No, it's the paper would. Green Fingers, yes.
Green.
No, we actually are talking about a product you grow. It's tobacco, so we're on subject.
That's true. We're on track.
But yes, she won't sell no matter what the offer is. I recently saw this on an episode of what was that show I was watching where they do this? God damn.
Futurama.
No.
Podcast. This YouTube show.
Oh, no. What show is it? Holy goddamn shit! Oh, it was that stupid. Go ahead. Continue.
I'm
gonna think about it.
No, well, so she doesn't want to sell, so he sends a tough guy in there to scare her. So I guess he chops off her fingers or something.
The tough guy, he goes, she'll be out of here by breakfast tomorrow. And I'm like,
yeah.
What a weird way to say that. That's not a time. And then it cuts to the cops, and they're like, we found his dead body, and they're looking for her, and he looks at the window, and he's like, there she is, and she's got a missing finger.
My God.
And he goes, my God.
My God. Oh, now I want to talk about this. This Night Gallery. The doctor in this episode looks like he's 110 years old.
I figured it out. It was Better Call Saul. There's a plot line where she has to do this. She has to try to get the guy out of there so they can build this development. Sorry. It's driving me crazy. Go ahead.
Well, Sopranos did that too. The crackheads were living in the house and they wanted to get them out so they can sell the property. And they shot one in the ball sack.
Paulie goes crazy.
Out. Yeah. And then AJ does something stupid. I hate my son. Now, Green Fingers, the doctor who is examining her, she dies on the table, and they put the sheet over her, and they said, Mrs. Rubsville, her name was.
Didn't it seem like he didn't try that hard?
No, she's already dead.
He goes, I'm going to save. Oh, she's dead.
No, she's dead. She's old. She's bleeding a lot. She talked a lot. That was enough. That killed her. Her talking about her plants killed her.
Wow.
And he said, as a kid, he remembered her yard. She was 77 years old.
Yeah.
Right? The doctor looks like he's 105.
Yeah, it's when I saw this actor who's in this episode, who's in the funeral part, I thought I thought Dan Castellaneta was in this episode.
Oh God, yeah.
I was like, is Dan Castellaneta in this?
Oh wow.
Voice of Homer? Because that's his little.
That's funny.
His little circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right though. I had the exact same thought.
I said, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna pull up that scene.
Yeah, look at the doctor's face. He looks like this is the last episode of television he ever was in. He's looking like he's gonna die the next day. He's old as time. And I'm just like, how is she older than you?
I do want to play the scene though first, where they go into the house and then he goes to the window. My God.
My God.
Sees her out there.
Digging a hole.
My dear God.
I don't care about her. She buries her own cut off finger. I don't care about that. I love that.
Oh, I gotta hear that again. Can you play that again?
My dear God.
Oh my God, it's funny. Look at this.
My dear God.
That music.
The music is what sells it.
It's so great. My dear God.
And then he goes outside. But the doctor, okay.
Here he is.
I want to play the doctor's speech.
Look at him.
All right. 440.
Jesus Christ. The nurse is 68.
Okay. She's ranting and raving the entire way to the hospital. And then the sheriff is like, she was talking the whole way. And then the doctor has an answer for everything. And he goes, they often do that. Anyway, this is dead.
Next.
What I mean is, you see, Sheriff, if a person loves the earth and loves growing
ADR. Immediately cuts to this.
Cut. Flatline. Dead. My dear God.
The sheriff is younger than this doctor.
Yes.
Look at this guy.
The doctor looks like the emperor. Exactly.
He looks like the emperor.
So cool.
Okay, ready?
Shock.
More gaunt.
Blood. Age. Happens this way when they're that old. She was talking to me all the way over here. Yes, they often do. Like a cup emptying. Remarkable old woman. I can remember her when I was a kid. The widow Bowen in her garden. Planted everything.
She is 30 years younger than this doctor.
It's unbelievable.
In fact,
Is he
let's
from-
look
is he
up.
from- Oh yes, please. Yes. How you Doctor. The doctor in Dead Gallery, 104 years old. He's
Is
still
her name
alive.
Lydia?
I think so.
Okay, so Werner, the doctor, was born in 1920. She was born in 1902. Okay, 18 years. Okay, shame on us.
No fucking way.
Yeah. He just
Wow.
looks like he's been around for double her age.
I guess that was life in the big city in the
Why
50s
cast the
and
man
60s
who
and
looks like the
70s.
fucking emperor?
Man, they must have fucking drank every night, ate meat, smoked cigarettes. And this is before. I mean, everybody's a fitness freak now, so everybody looks better, and they have like age-defying shampoos and creams and soaps. Then
And
you
our
didn't have
beauty
that.
standards fuck out our bad genes. That's a nice part of it.
I guess it's kind of part.
It does happen on a small level.
Yeah.
Raises the bottom bar.
But man, I mean, you're talking about people look so much older. That's why I love watching these episodes. And like, I'm 37 years old. What? You look like you're 68. You're barely keel over.
And it's continuing now because when I see like a girl in a show, and I'm like, she's supposed to be like 14. She's clearly like 27. I look her up. I'm like, oh, she's 15.
Ooh.
And I think about 15-year-olds when I was 15. I'm like, no. You looked
well, like
different.
Hayden Panettiere in Scream 6 when she looked so bad. It's just like, oh my god, she's younger than me.
Yeah,
and she's a celebrity. She's just being shape, but she looks like she's like aged 20 years since I last saw her.
She looks like they dragged her in and tapped her with a cattle prod every 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's horrible.
She's just like, I don't want to be here. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, she was the worst part of that movie, and I'm not mad at her about it. It felt like she was there because they gave her way too much money because they needed a tie-in to a previous movie.
Apparently, the one that nobody cares about.
Oh, I had to go. Who the fuck was she? I think I remember. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
4, which I've seen twice and not once in a decade.
Yeah. I saw that in theaters, and that was the last time I saw that movie.
Yeah. I've seen it once after that. So I barely remember that. I remember
that's back when I saw every Scream movie in theaters.
Eric Roberts' daughter was the bad guy.
Yes,
and
yes.
Some other guy. That's all.
And she gets cleared. The death line on her is clear, and she gets the defibrillator to the skull, and she dies.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
I think what's her name? Sydney Nev Campbell goes clear, and then she shocks her head, and then she goes flying back, and she's dead because she fried her brain. It's not a good movie.
No, well, 4 is not the worst of them. 3 is definitely the worst.
3's the worst. Yeah,
3 is by far the worst.
Jay and Silent Bob have a cameo.
Show up.
It's motherfucking Gail Weathers, fat bitch.
I did love the scene though where they throw the knife up the stairs and it goes and hits him with the butt end. That part's funny. Like that's a funny gag.
Well, I guess they're trying to kill Deputy Dude in the last like 3 movies.
I think that's the first one.
Oh yeah, I think originally he was supposed to die and they never killed him. And then they finally killed him. Dennis Quaid's son finally killed him.
Yeah. It's like Aaron Paul in Breaking Bad. He's supposed to die in the first like few episodes he's in, but everyone loved him. Vince Gilligan fell in love with him, and he's like, "All right, he's the show now."
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
That's a man that could adapt to his own changes. Okay, this show's about him now.
Well, I think it's because the writer's strike was happening at the time, and so they didn't have the ability to kill him like they were thinking about doing. But then the writer's strike happened, so they couldn't actually do it, and so it kind of just happened.
But like the episodes came out because that's why the first season's so short.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Okay, well, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, that's what people want." And
you're here. We're queer. Let's do it.
That's a good producer and good showrunner where they can hear the feedback from the fans and not take it personally and go, "Okay, let's ride this wave."
Yeah,
and then write well from there.
Why not?
Yeah, fuck. It's the best of both worlds. Give the fans what they want. Still make a good show. Come on.
Yeah, can't complain.
Similarly, this episode, she buries her finger, dies, and then Cameron Mitchell comes back and he's like, "She's gone," and he's got that little He's got like an executive on his shoulder being like, "You shouldn't have killed her." He's like, "I didn't mean to kill her."
No, he goes,
like
you're here to gloat. He goes, yeah, that's
Little
what I'm doing. I'm gloating.
That's
you
what you
want to call it that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he doesn't deny it. I like that about him.
Yeah, he accepts it. He knows what he is.
But then
he goes crazy.
But then he looks over and he goes inside and he looks around and he goes back outside and he sees that she's growing out of the ground.
Yeah.
And then there's a really awkward sequence from there.
It's in fast motion.
He freaks out and he's like,
it speeds up. The camera speeds up.
He walks away and comes back to the empty growing spot where she was, and he dives in like he's gonna dive on a grenade.
And it's deep. It's like 6 feet deep.
And I thought at that point it was gonna be dirt and he's covered, and that's it.
Yeah.
But no, he very slowly climbs back out. It's like a minute and a half. It takes forever.
Weird. Yeah.
Then he goes inside and she's got all these like potato, like when you leave a potato in your closet too long or your pantry too long and it grows all that weird.
Yeah, it's Morgan Freeman's face. Morgan Freeman face.
Yeah. And she has that all over him. She's like, "I told you, whatever I plant grows." And she's all slimy and he freaks out.
Acorn seeds become acorns.
Cut to him doing a directly down the barrel. He's got white hair now.
Yeah, he's all fucked up. He's
like, "How is that?" And he's saying nonsense. I couldn't make out heads or tails there.
The acorns have seeds and they grow acorns. Little fingers grow old women.
I told you I got a green finger. Look at this. She's covered. She like they super glued sprouts to her.
Sprouts and oat barley knobs.
It looks like she has something in her clothes right here where she's like all lumpy.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, his hair is brown here.
Burgess Meredith is fine here.
But watch this. It looks like she has some lumps in here that aren't her. It reminded me of the midget from Twin Peaks.
Yes.
Just the way she's moving is so weird.
Maybe that's where they got that from.
But then he does this, where he suddenly got white hair.
Anybody?
And this Italian movie ADR.
You want to hear the funniest thing?
Groucho Marx, ladies and gentlemen.
You know,
it's like he's doing Chinese eyes.
Kind of.
From the lake on mighty oaks grow.
Doesn't it sound like he's doing a Chinese voice? Where the oaks grow.
How crazy is that?
It's a fact.
I'm channeling Mickey Rooney.
They'll block this.
I'm channeling Mickey Rooney from that movie. The
Universal.
At Tiffany's.
Yeah. Universal, go fuck yourself. They are so litigious when it comes to Night Gallery. If I play a 12-second clip, Universal's like, "Your video's been blocked."
Hey, Universal, why don't you pay your actors and your writers?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I don't care. You can fire them all. I don't really give a shit.
I just we're not in the game. That's why I don't give a shit. But
yeah, we're not in the game. We have no skin in the game, and who cares?
Got out of the game for a fucking reason.
Got out of the game because the game was too corrupt and evil.
It's nepotism, man.
Too many kid touchers. I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
Too many.
I don't think I would have lasted long if I did because I can't keep my mouth shut.
No.
Once I find out something about someone, I don't think I'd be able to.
You fucked what?
What? Well, I had that with my actor on my short who announced to everyone the horrible shit he's done. I go, "Get the fuck out of here, man." We're done with that guy.
Oh.
Get
your shit. Get your shit and get the fuck out of here. Remember that?
Yeah, and then we shot like stuff below the head for the rest of the next day, the last day that we had. That's what happened behind the scenes there. I was like, "I'm done with you, man. You're such a cock." Talking about like teenagers he's working with, and I'm like, all right, man, we're good. We're done with you. We got all the shots we need.
Wow, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well, that was just me and him like on the side. I was like, all right,
so
we're good, man.
It's like Jared Fogle talking to that woman as it comes out. I guess they like to talk I don't get it. Did you get comfortable with somebody? It's like, yeah, I'm a weird fucking freak show. How are you?
Well, I would imagine like something like that. It's like once you have that secret and you can't tell anyone, if you find someone who didn't turn you in the first time,
I guess.
that's your like shoulder to lean on.
I
But this guy
guess.
wasn't that bad. But I was like, you're a fucking douche.
Yeah.
You're saying shit like it would be funny if me and you were doing it. Like in the last episode, let's talk about kid touching with that actor. But that's clearly a joke because neither one of us actually want to do that. But this guy was like admitting stuff he did. And I was like,
right, yeah, there you
fucking
go.
creepy. He's like, you know, these women I show up on set and they think I'm half my age. She's like, you're 41, you were in the military? No way. Anyway, if I'm fucking her, and I'm like, you're just talking about like 16-year-old girl you're just working with, man. Anyway. So yeah, fuck those people. Fuck all of Hollywood. Don't give a shit. City can burn down.
I'm sure he wasn't half of that was not true because he was doing a student film.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're a big time actor. Well, you're on a student film. So what is it? Is your break from doing TV or something? Like, is this hiatus for you? You gotta go do kids, you gotta do a free gig on some student film for your reel.
I can't remember if I paid him or not.
I don't know.
I don't remember either. Either way,
I paid my people in homemade food.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was one of those like you get paid in demo and
yeah, pretty much
demo and credit. That's it.
Yeah,
and that's the student film gig though. That they know that.
Oh yeah!
Holy shit, that guy was so creepy, and I was just done.
That would be creepy.
So I stood in for some scenes. I'll be that guy.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to talk to that guy again.
That's funny.
So I wouldn't have lasted long in actual Hollywood. It is because everyone's fucking creepy. Fuck these people. Fuck them all. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, you got to be a certain kind of whack job to get that deep into there.
It's like not an overwhelming majority of people that are like that, but it's way too many.
There's a lot
because there's people that just are making a living. That's most of the system, but like they're propping up these guys that are just fucking creepy.
Well, it's like, the person that just was that teacher of the year ended up being a big fat pedophile is in prison right now. Some Florida teacher.
What's his name?
I don't know. But he won an award for like the best teacher of some subject last year, something like Teacher of the Year award.
Oh, they're one of our teachers. Okay.
No, Carrasco.
Salvador Carrasco.
That's who it was. No.
Did I show you about DVD I have of his movie? I found it at a dollar store.
I think we watched it.
Yeah. No, we.
You bought it because we saw he made us watch it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Terrible. It's a fine movie. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah,
it was the first Apocalypto.
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of felt bad because I watched this movie and I'm like, that wasn't bad. I hate this guy, but that's how I know I was being honest because I'm like, this movie's actually really well done.
Yeah, that was good.
Then I watched Apocalypto and I go, this is the same fucking movie. Just
right? Yeah.
Bigger. I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad for that asshole.
I saw this movie, Apocalypto, cheap version. I forgot what it was called. It was directed by some asshole named Carrasco.
Fucking Jew.
Some Jew.
Oh
I don't know. Well.
The other something.
The Other Conquest.
Other Conquest. Yeah, there it is.
That's it.
I have the DVD.
Yeah.
I want to send it to him and get it signed.
Well, remember for the longest time he was supposed to be directing Dances with Wolves 2, but never happened.
Yeah.
So whatever. I got tired of hearing that fucking folktale.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing Dances with Wolves 2. Dances with Wolves 2.
This is the people in LA that are demanding raises. It's people who are half of them are like pretty good people and they're fun to hang out with. The other half though are fucking egomaniacs who won't stop name dropping and talking about their upcoming projects that have no chance of being made, and they should know that.
Yeah. And
they're just so obsessed with like talking about it and like, hyping themselves up, and it's like
Speaking of which, my new book's coming out.
It's like just stop. Like every conversation turns into what they're working on or who they're talking to, and it's like, that wasn't about this, man. I don't give a shit.
Andrew Dice Clay said it was really good. This is a good name drop. Just random celebrities that aren't really.
Anyway, no. I'm going to talk about this for 45 minutes.
No, check this out. Troy Duffy and me are pals.
Yeah, that's who you want to be associated with. The guy who, like, talk about the blacklist of blacklists. That man is deep in there.
Yeah.
Nobody
got to
can
make-
work with Troy Duffy again.
He did get to make 2 movies, so he had his chance. He had a shot. He did.
Richard
he did
Kelly's there too.
Well, I think he probably still ghost writes. I'm sure
Richard Kelly can still write.
I'm sure he still writes.
Troy, though,
No.
he'd have to like ghostwrite a ghostwriter of a ghostwriter. He would have to hide his name like 3 names deep.
Toy Dufay.
Like he's probably on the Red Scare blacklist. He's that in the like buried. Like
you've been banned. You're on the blacklist.
Yeah.
They only got 10 names in that book, and one of them is still Al Capone.
Yeah, exactly.
Another casino reference.
You know you're bad when they make a documentary about your shitty behavior.
Yes, and
Like,
what a
that's
documentary!
when you're bad.
One of the greatest documentaries ever. I love that documentary. I've watched it like 20 times.
What's that called?
It's so overnight.
Overnight.
It's
got a
so
picture of him
wonderful.
holding like a 16mm camera to his head.
Yeah, to his head. Yeah,
He-
it's so wonderful.
He killed his own career.
When he goes to the film school and he's just talking trash, and he talks about how film students are awful and pungent, and just the putrid film students are like the worst person I could imagine meeting. It's so funny. It's so wonderful.
I need to rewatch that. It's been a long
I
time.
have it. I'll bring next time I'll bring it over. We gotta watch it.
When did that?
I have it.
2003.
I bought it at Amoeba when I had a chance. When I first heard about it, I was like, I need to find this. And as soon as I got it, I found it, I bought it, and I never ever let it go out of my sight. Because that's a treasure. That's a treasure, that documentary. I wonder how much it goes for online. Let me look it up. Let's see, eBay. Let's see here. Overnight DVD.
This episode is a 7.6 out of 10 with only 344 reviews. Overall, I gave it a 6, which is a good review for me for Night Gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it for this episode, right?
Well, it's not worth a goddamn thing.
Cameron Mitchell did a good job.
You can buy it on DVD for $3 on
Okay.
eBay. So if you want it, just buy it. You'll get it in 2 days for $3.
Who wrote this segment? This was
it's Rod Serling.
Rod Serling.
Rod Serling.
R.C. Cook did the short story. Not R.C. Cola. R.C. Cook.
I hate RC Cola so much.
Does that exist out here in the West Coast?
It's still around. It exists when a bar doesn't want to buy Coke or Pepsi. It's RC Cola, like in the gun. And I always find that out the hard way when you do. Yeah, I want a soda. Give me a Coke. That's RC Cola, you liar. That's not Coke.
It's not Mountain Dew either. It's
I know a Coke when I have
Mountain
one.
Jism. It's always
Mountain
something mountain. They always have that word mountain in there.
You want some Mountain Cum?
Anyway, let's get out of here.
Yes.
I say watch this episode.
It's good.
Not a ringing endorsement, but
It's fun. It's one of the better Night Gallery episodes.
yeah, Night Gallery sucks. This one's fine.
Yeah.
Until next time. In the meantime, I'm Face West.
Take the cat.
Long citizens. She turned into a plant. Was she a great big fat lady?
Was she a big fat eucalyptus tree?
There we go. There we go. We're still live, but I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I want some more water.
Green fingers.
I need to buy some bottled water.
Stop your cam.
Stop, Cam.
We'll be right back.
Ow, my ear. Ow, my heart.
Hi. Yeah, it's letting me do it. So
About special effects.
$33.44.
Ow, hold on.
Oh, take your time. LIW, the Twilight Zone review. 432.
Here's a blue lot. You asked me what a blue lot was?
Oh, yeah.
They're really small. They're bigger, but this for some reason this year because of the rain kind of messed up my fruit trees this year. We'd have more fruit, but this year just didn't because the rain knocked all the flowers off, so they couldn't produce as much fruit as before.
Hold on. Shadow. That's what I thought. Have to restart the audio. Hold on. New multi-track session. Yes. I would love to do that. Yes.
Man, I do that.
Yes.
Can I do that?
You just showed me a pluot or pluot. How do you say it?
Pluot, yeah.
That was something we talked about when you were here in person. I believe that was during
Yes.
our discussion of No Retreat, No Surrender.
Probably.
I don't know how it came up, but I remember when you said that, I was like, oh, like a flashback, like my brain. Yeah, we did talk about that. I didn't know. I never heard of that fruit.
Yeah.
Can you hold it up again?
That's good.
It looks like a tomato apple.
Slightly, yeah. It's usually a little bit bigger, a little bit greener, but this one's it'll be good. I'll eat it later.
What's it taste like?
Hard to say. It's like a plumish.
Okay.
Nectarine. Not quite peach.
Plum and nectarine are nowhere near each other.
Well, it kind of has the texture of a plum and the flavor of a nectarine, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's not bad. I like the squishiness of a plum. That thing looked like it was hard as a rock, though.
It is hard. They're a little harder.
They squishing up when they get a little ripe.
Yeah, I mean they will, but I think they taste better crunchy. They have a sweetness to them. They don't need to be too soft.
Can you send me one in the mail? Would that be okay?
Oh, I was going to try, but I don't think it's going to make it. I don't have enough. Like I said, this fruit trees weren't
just
really
one
delivering.
Just literally one.
Well, I'm not going to send one in the mailbox.
I need to try one.
I'll get you one eventually. Don't worry. You'll get some.
That
tree's got another 10, 20 years of producing pluots.
Okay. I'm a very I try weird things. Like I love star fruit. Star fruit is fucking great.
The fuck is star fruit?
Star fruit is like a pear apple. But look at I'll show you an image. Star fruit is actually really solid. It looks like it's the weirdest fucking thing. I mean, it's clearly you'll see why it's named that. But star fruit's really good. It's right in the middle between pear and apple.
Okay. Okay, there you go. Interesting.
But this is what the fruit looks like, and this is what it looks like when it's cut, which is why it's called star fruit.
So they cut it in a star.
Yeah, but it's just juicy enough where it doesn't taste dry, but it has that dry flavor to it, if that makes sense, of a pear. I love pears, so
okay.
Yeah, it's star fruit solid. Welcome to LIW Twilight Zone Review, episode 433, TZ 2019-203, the Who of You. Let's do our intro, and then I'll get the opening playing, which is 20 minutes into the episode or something like that.
Yeah, that's had a really long cold open.
Yeah, this show has that. It's 8 minutes, 21 seconds in. Here we go.
Hello, citizens, and welcome to LIW, the Twilight Zone. If you the podcast begins now.
I did
Meet
it.
Harry Pine. Up until now, he's failed to realize that he's not the center of the world. But, as you can see, he's also not entirely himself at the moment. Harry's mind is an uninvited guest in an unfamiliar body. He's about to go on a journey of self-discovery, the kind that's only possible here, in the Twilight Zone.
Hello. Wait, we did that. But look at this. My first problem is the bank floor looks like a floor of a studio apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this.
Meet Harry Pine.
Look at that.
That's a shitty ass. That's a dance studio.
That's a dance studio or just some abandoned nail salon.
Yeah.
That they threw some bank stuff in and called it a bank.
Yep.
Dick, this is my favorite episode of the 2019 entire series out of 20 episodes. This is my favorite one. I love this episode.
I think you're right. It's a good episode. It's very good. Ethan Embry's great.
I tried to tell you that, but I didn't want to oversell it. I know why you didn't like Nightmare at 20,000 or 30,000 feet. I get it. Whatever. Not for everyone. This episode, though, literally no social commentary. Here's just a cool sci-fi story. And it also has a little layer of actor playing someone else in their skin sort of thing.
Right.
Subtle, only at the beginning and end. That's it.
Well, I would say this is almost an anti-woke episode because it's talking about how white actors aren't working anymore because they go with mixed race people now, POCs, people of color. Like that was actually a memorandum when they went out in studios. We don't want to make white stories anymore. But that's what kind of made me laugh because I'm like, wait a minute, this actor becomes a black and white guy. He's he's a very handsome man.
Yeah,
mixed race guy.
That guy's in a ton of stuff.
He's in a lot of stuff. Good actor too. I love that guy.
No, he's great.
But very handsome. I would love to trade up. I would be that guy in a second. Ethan.
Daniel Sinjata.
Sure,
that's who it is.
Oh, okay. And but the one thing I didn't like about the episode though was the twist ending was kind of stupid.
Oh, the twist ending. The secret is stupid.
It's a little too much.
Honestly,
on the nose.
I'm not going to disagree, but I would say it's so minimalized. It doesn't matter that it doesn't bother me.
It's such a by that time it's like it's the last second thing. Like, wait a minute, and like it's over.
I wish it would cut from him showing up at the door and knock, her opening it, and then his audition. And that's they cut out him going, you know me? Like that part. Yeah, right. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
That's the one weak point. I'll say this, Dick, and this is a bold stance for me as a Twilight Zone fan. This is in my top, like, maybe 10, 15 of all Twilight Zone.
Wow, that's saying something.
Including the original series. I love this episode. I think it's really well made.
Yeah.
Really well told, and especially really well acted. Ethan Embry is having a fucking time on this episode. And during the original time original review of this, which was back on episode 178 on July 7th, 2020, it was me, Frank, Jansen, and Adam.
Wow.
I said, I love Ethan Embry. I've known him since the movie Dutch.
Yeah.
And when he had his other name, I forget what his original last name was. When he
Ethan Suplee. Ethan Suplee.
No, he lost 6,000 pounds. No, what was Ethan Embry's name in that movie in Dutch? It was not Embry.
I can't remember.
I remember I'm like, I love this actor, and I followed him because I watched Dutch all the time. And then I saw him in something else. I'm like, Embry? That wasn't your last name in Dutch.
Was it like Devonovich or something? Or is it like
no, I think his like dad adopted him or something like that. I'm looking it up right now. Here's the poster for Dutch.
So he's Dutch. He's Dutch and Dutch.
Ethan. Oh my God, such a tiny font. Hold on. Dutch was made by John Hughes. He didn't direct it, but Ethan Randall.
Wow, that's a big leap.
Yeah. Well, I think his mom got married and he took his name, and I was like, oh, kudos to him.
Or maybe you thought Ethan Embry was a better name than Ethan Randall.
Maybe. I don't know. But either way, I've known him. That's literally his third movie.
Wow.
Okay, miniseries, and then Defending Your Life, which is great, and then Dutch.
He was in Defending Your Life?
Yeah, he was Steve. But and then I saw him, when I was growing up, as in Empire Records and Can't Hardly Wait and a bunch of other stuff, and this keeps going on and on.
Yeah.
And Vegas Vacation and all that.
No.
Just everything. And I've always loved the guy, so I saw him in this, and I'm like, oh fuck, I love this actor. He's one of those guys I think of like what's his name? Why am I blanking on his fucking name now? From Scream.
Oh, Jamie Kennedy?
Matthew Lillard. I think of him like that, where I'm like, I love him, but he's not a huge household name. And then I saw him in this, and I'm like, oh god, this show's gonna ruin him. Like, it's gonna just ruin my thoughts of Ethan. And I was like, no, this is actually like fucking solid. Like, I love this.
Yeah.
I was so surprised and so happy. And
he did a horror movie called, I think, The Devil's Candy or something like that. Where he plays a dad who used to be a rock star, and he's not a rock star anymore. I think he's a painter, and now he's an artist, or he's an artist that paints, and he's like going crazy because something's trying to kill him and his daughter.
You reminded me of his brief scene in Disturbing Behavior. He plays the older brother who killed himself in that movie, in like flashback scenes. That's how much in the Ethan Embry I was. I remember him from that.
Wow. Good God.
I'm an Ethan Embry.
I'll look at the title of that movie because it's trying to drive me
I'm
crazy.
curious what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's called like The Devil's Candy.
How long ago are we talking about?
Not too long ago. Probably last 5 years.
Oh, The Devil's Candy. Yeah, here it is. I did see it.
Yeah.
I remember this poster.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I remember now.
He's really good in that. He's a good actor.
Really good. He's great in everything.
Yeah.
The man is underrated as hell. I think he's like one of those actors that just does his job and shuts the fuck up and stays out of the limelight. And
he's in Creep Show.
He's is
episode of Creep Show.
I remember that because they did the posters, but I don't remember his episode.
I don't either.
He was like shredded in that movie. Oh, here it is. Oh shit.
Yeah, Devil's Candy 2015.
I know. I'm pulling up the. I want to show his shredded body in this.
Oh, yeah, I gotta read that. I never rated that movie. I enjoyed it. That's pretty good.
There's a segment where he's like, here it is. Ready? Look how shredded he is in this movie.
Oh, yeah, no. He worked out, yeah.
I think he's interesting. He's got like a sadness in his eyes.
He's got a sadness.
He does.
He looks sad.
Just look at his performance, and he kind of has that like puppy dog. Like, he always looks up like this. He kind of just has like a I've been abandoned a lot. Look.
He was only in one episode of Walking Dead.
He was, but I'm trying to remember what the hell episode that was.
I don't know. He just shows up in movies. It looks like he's like, or
he's just one of those guys.
He does one episode of like all these TV shows. It's kind of funny. That's a good way to go. If I was an actor, that's what I'd want to do.
Yeah, fuck it.
You just go do you do an episode like maybe do 3 episones a year and pay
your
bills.
He was. I believe he's in like 601, and it's that black and white episode where they're trying to get the herd to go somewhere else. And I'm like,
oh, okay.
And then he dies before that episode's over.
Oh,
he wouldn't shut the fuck up, if I remember correctly. He just keep talking shit.
Okay.
He gets killed. And I was like, why introduce him? Like, The Walking Dead did it a few times with actors, where they introduce someone and then kill him. Robert Patrick's in an episode, and then he has a twin, and they both die in the same fucking episode.
Right? Yeah, you told me about that
like,
one.
Come on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Anyway, 2019 Twilight Zone. What do you think about this episode, especially coming as a hating the show more than I do?
I really hate this whole show. It's so bad. But I really enjoyed this episode. Again, the performance of Ethan Embry holds it together. And everybody involved was, all the actors were pretty solid because they all played that, like, what's happening? Why am I here? And then when he has that effeminate psychic, Ethan Embry goes, oh, honey, I'm Keith. I'm Keith. It reminded me of 2 Tis in a Bucket, Motherfuck It, on the Midnight of Garden of Good and Evil. Yeah. I thought, oh, that's the same guy.
All I could think of when I'm watching it now, knowing what I know now, is he switches bodies willingly with Billy Porter, who's the psychic. And I went, does his new body have HIV?
Yeah. Oh.
because I found out I love Billy Porter because he's in American Horror Story, so I'm a Billy Porter fan. He's
Right.
great. He just doesn't give a fuck what you think about him. Just does his thing. Love him.
Was he in the Kevin Smith movies?
No, Kevin Smith.
He's not Billy Porter. Keith, the psychic, the
No,
black guy.
No. He's in a bunch of American Horror Story seasons.
Oh, I thought I thought he was going to be the guy from Chasing Amy.
No,
the black guy from Chasing Amy.
Different guy.
Oh, okay.
Porter's he works with Ryan Murphy a lot. Like he's done a few shows with him.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not a big Ryan Murphy fan. Neither are you.
No.
But I like Billy Porter, the actor. So I saw him show up, and I'm like, all right, cool. I like Billy Porter.
Okay.
Seems like a relatable guy. But the problem is I found out he had HIV in real life, and all I could think about when he swapped his bodies was, how would that... Like, I'm trying to do the math, and I'm like, get out of my head. Like, it kind of ruined it for me now.
I'm Keith. I have HIV.
Oh, but I love the sci-fi of this episode.
Yes.
Which is, he looks you in the eye, you literally goes
right,
you swap. But if Ethan Embry's character swaps with someone else, you go back to your original body.
Right.
Which is interesting.
I like that because that allowed there to be no like permanent damage on the other person.
And it allowed Ethan Embry to do an acting fest when he's with
right.
Yes,
exactly.
I love when he comes in, the cop comes back in, he's like, all right, so, and he's like, who's that? What's wrong with that mirror?
Right, yeah.
You're talking about
that's not me.
How broken the mirror is. I love that.
No.
That's great.
It was well done. Now it's good. And the whole thing, he's an actor who's just a loser. He can't get a job to save his life, so he robs a bank. And in robbing the bank, he swaps places with the bank teller. And again, he was robbing the bank with a toy gun because it breaks, and it's obviously a toy.
You see the caps.
And it's like, I don't think he'd get 5 years in prison. I think he'd probably get, because it was a first-time offense, he'd probably get white. Maybe, and he's white, and he's desperate, and he's sad. It'd probably be 6 months, if that. He wouldn't get 5 years. If he got 5 years, if he had a gun, sure. Maybe be 10 years. But nowadays, you can rob anybody and not go to prison at all. Now, nobody goes to prison anymore.
I think this is set in New York.
Yeah, maybe their laws are different.
Yeah, everything looks like New York rather than LA.
Well, I think it's
outside, and
I'm sure it's Canada.
Yes, it's probably Toronto.
Yeah,
but Toronto doubles as New York a lot.
Yes, it does.
But I know what you're saying. The gun is fake. He wouldn't really get that much time.
Yeah.
But I love those scenes. I brought this up before where the detective is like, I've seen people try the insanity plea. Come on.
Right, yeah.
And what the secret is he's fucking Ethan Embry's girlfriend.
Right.
And she's about to leave Ethan Embry for the detective. So he's like, he recognizes him immediately and is like, he looks at him when he's on the ground unconscious and he's like, okay, how do I go about this? Do I tell someone? But Ethan Embry's switching with the teller. So he then switches with the cop, who then the cop is in Ethan Embry's body at that point.
Yeah.
He's like, I know your secret. And it cuts.
Yeah.
There's that great scene where the cop is yelling in the mirror. He's like,
yeah.
Hey, honey, I know this is weird. Hey, honey. He's like trying to get his voice. I love everything about this episode. I really do.
Get on the ground. I got a gun.
It's little fun moments that are just fun to watch.
No, he's an actor.
He doesn't take himself too seriously.
He's becoming more actorly. He's like,
yes. He's literally inhabiting other people's skin to learn how to act better.
He's like Clayface from Batman.
Yeah. It's just switches with him, and then he goes to the like Starbucks or local coffee shop, and he's like, oh, he sees some cops come in, so he throws the bag over, and he Mister, you left your bag, and he switches with the barista, who then takes off switches with a jogger, and then he goes to Billy Porter's psychic center in the most obvious setup ever. Don't go in the him. Yeah. He's trying to take your money. That character's out of there. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, but what cracked me up though at the end was the gun crazy female police officers who just pull their guns out at everybody that's like moves an inch.
Well, at one point,
they're the ones that kill him at the end. It's hilarious.
At one point, he goes, "Hey, Sex Pistol." He's being like stopped by these police who were like,
"Right,
were you at this coffee shop?" And he's like, "Yeah." Wait, no.
Yeah.
So they're like, huh!
Yeah.
And then he goes, hey,
Yeah, it's
Crystal. And they go,
ridiculous.
was that a signal? And they point their gun at the guy he yelled at. And he's like, what? The punk guy.
Ah!
And he goes to her, and he yells at an Asian girl across the street, and she yells at a homeless guy across the street. Not homeless because he has a house.
You notice that he can't transfer his personality to someone else that have glasses on.
Yes.
So that's why at the end of the episode he's wearing glasses because that's keeping him from jumping bodies.
That's what I'm saying. This episode was
nice
thought
trick.
out.
Yeah, it's really well done. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's neat.
It was thought out and well done. And I was thinking at the ending, I'm like, what if he has to do a role without glasses? What
contact lenses.
I don't know if the contact will stop it though. They don't
fake eyes
glare.
Well, no, I think it would be like it'd be fine. I think he has to purposely jump.
He do the forehead thing.
Yeah,
salesman tactic.
Right.
No, I thought it was a really well written and acted episode, and it wasn't up its own ass. It was just to tell you a fun sci-fi story.
There's no politics at all, which was fucking refreshing.
It was all I wanted from a Twilight Zone, but I loved it so much that it really does crack my like top 10, 15 Twilight Zones of all time.
It was a good one.
Problem is,
why'd you smile, you fucking bitch? Oh, I'm sorry. That was the other Twilight Zone episode where women were, every man on Earth is evil, and all the women are good, and we have to not touch them.
Don't touch the rocks, otherwise you'll turn into toxic masculinity.
Oh God, that's so terrible.
And it's like, I get why you're saying that, female writer, but I don't want to watch that in my sci-fi story.
Right, and like maybe you're just a bitch. How about that?
Can you just make your own thing instead of bringing it in the Twilight Zone? Obvious.
Maybe your attitude, because everybody doesn't treat you like you're objectified, whatever. Maybe no one was objectifying you; they just don't like you. How about that? How about you're just a bitch? Nothing wrong with that. Embrace it.
And I'm trying to be the devil's advocate here with some of these episodes where I'm like, I get why you are the writer saying that. I totally do. But maybe this isn't the time or the place.
Right.
A little hint.
Like that,
yes. You have to have that as a secondary plot, not the main focal point of the episode, though. That's the drawback.
Like, the worst one was that episode where it was the camera and it was the black mother and the black son, and they were being followed by the cop, who just was like so insufferably awful, where it's like that cop wouldn't exist. But then again, I'm like, maybe I don't know. But it's at the end where all the cops come out and the black college is like standing against them. I was like, oh God, this is ridiculous.
It was too much both ways. Too much. The cops were way too like, I want to shoot a black dude.
It was ridiculous.
The college is like 100% black, and like we're gonna film. Yeah. It was just too much both ways, but
because they filmed Rodney King, that didn't do so well, and now he's dead. He died in his swimming pool.
Oh, really?
He drowned in his swimming pool.
Oh.
I think he got high. He got high and he fell in his pool and he drowned.
The greatest Rodney King reference ever is in Airheads, where he comes out, Steve Buscemi comes out and he goes, Rodney King.
Yeah.
They cut to Adam Sandler inside the building, and the girl goes, who's Rodney King? And Adam Sandler goes, oh, he's that guy. And that's it. That's all he says.
Oh, he's that guy. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, he's that guy. And that's all he says.
Wow. That's an underrated classic, is Airheads.
Oh, I love Airheads.
Airheads was pretty funny.
Frank and I talk about that a lot when we do our show.
Yeah, that's a good one.
R.I.P. Frank.
But Frank's alive.
Is he? Oh,
I don't know.
He wanted to do Saturday nights, but I can't.
He's right there.
Oh, or is he? This is the previous episode. I should have changed it. There we go.
Oops. Oh, there's Ethan Embry.
There we go. This is better.
That's Ethan Embry up there.
I wish.
Oh man, if only. But I like the episode. I'm glad I saw it, and hopefully we'll never have to watch another one ever again.
That's how I feel that you like this episode.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, you caught me off guard today when I didn't respond for a reason.
I
I didn't want to talk about it before we went live.
No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Oh, I'm glad you weren't just holding a grudge, because Adam was kind of that way, where he's like, nah, no.
No, if it's good, I'll admit it's good. It's just it has to be, if it's good, it's good. Just for the thing about the 20 to 30,000 feet episode with Adam Scott, I didn't like it because it didn't make any sense. Even in the realm of suspension of disbelief, it didn't make any sense. Because he's listening to a podcast about the crash, and then how everybody survived except one guy, and they can't figure out why the one guy died. Nobody ever found his body. And it's like, because the whole crew murdered him. Like, why would they kill him? When they have no idea what happened? It makes no sense.
Anything you're saying, you are completely correct.
It's bothered me.
It's a matter of, did it bother you or not?
Right.
It's The Dark Knight Rises. Did those things they don't explain to you, did that ruin your experience?
No.
For me, it didn't.
No, that doesn't bother me in that case.
But some people hate The Dark Knight Rises because of the holes, and I'm like, it's Batman.
He's Batman.
All that matters is that Batman's back. That's all that matters.
Batman went to China to get a fucking guy that was the mob's lawyer, mob's accountant, for Christ's sake.
I don't need to see Batman travel across the world to get back. Like, he's back. Yeah. I get it.
I need a plane. I need to buy a ticket for Gotham. Sir, I can't land in Gotham. Give me a plane ticket for this city next to Gotham. Okay.
You want to see Batman do 7 stops, one of my
You have a credit card?
Superman drops him off. Is that what you want?
You have a credit card? Yes, I do. Your credit card's declined. I have mileage. You do, sir. What's your name? Bruce Wayne. Oh, well, shit.
Why did I dress as Batman for this flight? I can't wear this. Oh, fuck.
You made a very big mistake.
You do not know me.
Oh, not half as grave as yours.
This is directed by Peter Adencio. I don't know who that is.
What else has he done?
He directed that movie, The Machine, the Burt Kreischer movie.
Oh, that doesn't mean anything.
This is the first thing he's done since then.
Oh, that's.
He directed Key and Peele episodes, 54 episodes. That's why he's.
That's why.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
He directed an episode of 6 episodes of Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh, interesting.
He directed the Keanu movie, which is Key and Peele as well.
Right. Yes.
He directed UCB comedy originals. Okay, so he's a comedy dude.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
yeah,
I think he did a fantastic job with this. He didn't overhand play his hand. Everyone's super just into the story and character, and it's not preaching, and it's just
that's good. It's just a good story from A to B.
Comedy.
Yeah,
he turns into the little boy at one point.
Yes. I always thought, was the little boy retarded, like Tropic Thunder retarded? Like
he's like, mommy. And I'm like, you're way too old to be talking like that, bro.
Mommy.
Yeah. I agree. There's some issues with that. But
then again, the kid acts normal when Ethan Embry's in him. So the kid was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Look, here's the deal. I don't want his body. I want your body.
And I like that he's like, yeah, I'll change bodies with him. I'll change bodies, but not with him.
Ah!
Yeah.
And then Ethan Embry gets shot and murdered by the 2 shit cops that are the worst in their job. And they kill the detective in Ethan Embry's body.
It is a little, I will say this, there are some flaws where it's a little forced, where he's sitting there with Billy Porter and he's getting his future read.
Right.
He just, for no reason, looks at the skylight and he's like, sees that blue teddy bear.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, sorry. And I was like, yeah, a little forced.
Right.
But you got to get from point A to point B. Doesn't distract me from the plot.
Right.
But it does seem a little far-fetched. I can't deny that.
Well, I would have liked to have had a cap on the episode, though, of what happened to Keith. Did Keith run away and take the money? And then have the cop as Henry as the cop comes back and he kills Keith, because he's gone that far, he's willing to go further. So he's just like a bad guy now. It's like Breaking Bad, but in 50 minutes. All
right, here's the ending. I found it as soon as it picks up with this. You see the cops break down here.
Right. Yeah.
You unmute it. So Ethan Embry is now in the cop's body. The cop, though, is in Ethan Embry's body. Got his own gun back.
Right.
At himself.
Right.
Trying to de-escalate.
Yeah.
And, the female cops show up.
Now!
We assume it's the female cops. I can't really see.
I am going to go on record and say it is the female cops.
This part
women
women
shouldn't be in law enforcement.
This is where it gets far-fetched, but I can ignore this. I can ignore some small stuff like this. And this is
right.
Wait, do you know him?
Yeah. See, do you know him? And she's like, stop fucking around.
Right. Yeah.
You know what this episode didn't do? Also, it didn't go suck my pussy lips, you fucking cunt.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
they have a few F words. But it's fine. Yeah, they go over the top in a lot of the other episodes with their language.
I love the episode The Comedian with Camille Nanjiani,
right.
but they go way too like we can swear, say whatever you want, be as offensive as possible. It's like why? That episode, I think that's in my top 5 of 2019 Twilight Zones as well.
Well, that's what made like old movies better because they had those moral codes, so they had to write clever dialogue to get around moral codes. So like instead of saying like I want to eat your pussy real good, they'd be like, I'm gonna find a way to get into your flower bed and make it rain down on me. Something's like silly stuff, but nobody does that anymore. They just
even if you do swear, they said a word. The last line of one of the greatest movies of all time, Gone with the Wind, is Franklin Medera just don't give a damn. That's him saying, "Go fuck yourself, bitch."
Pretty much, yeah.
Where she's like, she's denying him the entire movie, and then finally she's like, "I have finally found a way out. It's him." And by that time, he's like, "I don't give a damn." But really, he's like, "Go fuck yourself, bitch."
Get the fuck out of my face, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, you dumb white bitch. Get out of here,
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had to say that, and that's why it's like iconic now. So it wouldn't be iconic if he's like, "Go fuck yourself."
Fuck you, bitch. And he walks out to Snoop Dogg.
Well,
it's the motherfucking double DOG Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work. It wouldn't work as well.
I want to redo that ending now.
Now you put that Snoop Dogg goes to black.
S-N-O-P.
Snoop Dogg. What's up, bitch? Yeah.
Got my gun on my wind, and my wind, and my gone.
My money is my currency. Bury me with my currency.
Oh shit.
When I die, I wanna be high. Never worry, just bury me along with my currency. When I die, I wanna be high.
He was in Creed 2.
Yeah.
He was in Creed 2. I was surprised. Oh, good for him. I mean, he's working quite a bit. He's doing a lot more work. I like that guy. He's a good actor. I like him for some reason.
Yeah, he's good. He's in The Wire.
He's in Dread. He's in The Wire.
He's the main character, not the main character, but the main bad guy in The Wire. But he gets outshined by everyone around him. I almost feel bad for him.
Well, that's the thing.
Because his first in command is fucking Idris Elba. And then you got Omar.
Yeah.
It's like, he gets buried, but yeah, he's great in that. He's not as great as this moment, though, in Twilight Zone 2002.
I have a sunflower on my ass if you're interested.
Why is it in her ass?
The good old video clips.
This episode is a 7.5 out of 10.
That's correct.
1,600 reviews. I gave it a 10.
Oh, wow. 10. Okay, interesting.
What's my top 15? Yeah, I gave it a 10.
Yeah, you give it 10. It's good. That's your prerogative. You can do that. It's fine.
What do you give this?
Good stuff. Yeah, 8.
8?
It's a solid 8.
Oh,
yeah.
I
enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah.
I think if you watch this again, you'll enjoy it more. I think I tried to watch it in black and white, but for the fucking love of me, why did Paramount Plus, a subscription I paid for so we can watch this show together, get rid of TZ 2019 and they gave it over to Freebie on Amazon. So you got to watch it with goddamn ads now. And you can't watch the black and white version.
Because they're getting paid to show it on another streaming service.
And I'm fine with that. But allow me to watch the black and white episodes. They have them showing there, but you can't watch them.
Right.
Because shame on you. And it's like, I want to remember every episode so far that we've done a redux of 2019. I've done black and white version because I didn't watch them first time around. Now that I have a chance, I can't do it. So it's like I'm fucked both ways. Like they won't let me do it anymore. Why is Free blocking them out or Amazon?
Did you buy you bought them on Blu-ray, didn't you?
I have them on DVD, but those are just in color.
Are they not? They don't have like a special feature option to watch it in black and white?
I don't know because they're right here.
Oh, they're in a box that you can't get to.
I don't think we're gonna. Anyway, I got the notice. We're probably not.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, it's all right. We need like $35,000 to move.
Do what Ethan Embry did.
Fuck.
Oh!
Daddy.
Oh no, I'm trapped in a retard's body. But I got a big dick.
Anyway, let's get out of here. Our next I gotta play the outro, but I'll say our next TZ episodes, excuse me. The next time, whenever we do this show again, is gonna be TZ85 Eye of Newton, TZ59's The Long Morrow Redux, TZ85's Take My Life, ... Please.
Oh no.
And Night Gallery, Death on a Barge.
I bet you
sounds like it's gonna be miserable.
Take My Life, Please sounds like comedians.
Yeah.
And the 80s comedians, it's gonna be painful. Yeah.
Ethan Embry previously played Zach Walker in Time Lapse 2002.
Hey, all right.
Why is that on here?
Is that from TZ 2002?
I will agree with this, and this is true. This is something I should have brought up. This episode is a reimagining of the self-improvement of Salvador Ross from the original Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Kind of do something similar, but yeah, it's a reimagining, but definitely way better.
Interesting.
All right, let's get out of here. Until next time, in the meantime, in Phoenix West.
Yeah.
So long, citizens. Let's hear the outro.
Fuck you!
40. Here we go.
Harry Pine took a dangerous risk, one that cost him his body and his soul. But in a way, he caught the big break he was waiting for.
Oh, it's the same camera from Replay, by the way. That he pulls the cassette out of.
Okay. For better or worse, he'll have plenty of time to practice for this performance. If you're looking for Harry Pine, you'll find him starring in the role of a lifetime on a show that will run forever. Here, in the Twilight Zone.
Real quickly, it's not a morality tale. He doesn't learn a lesson. In fact, he gets ahead.
Right.
I like those Twilight Zone episodes where just he took advantage of the situation and won. He wasn't punished. He didn't really do anything wrong to deserve punishment. It was a complete accident. He didn't mean for it to happen.
Right.
And he gets scolded by Billy Porter's character. You're taking Sauls or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But I like the fact that he doesn't apologize and he just does it and he wins. Yeah. It's fun. It's a refreshing little take on the Twilight Zone.
But again, suspension of disbelief. The cop that he takes the body over, does he have a family? Does he have mother and father and all this other shit?
I don't know. It doesn't really come up.
Well, no, of course not. But I'm just saying there's a lot of questions that you can answer.
Well, there are, but his body's dead.
Right, no, he's dead. But again,
he's dead. He can't go back. So I think, does he have to wear the glasses, or is he stuck there forever now? You don't know.
No, I think Ethan Embry wears the glasses to make sure that he can't get out of that body.
That's what I assumed as well. But we don't know. I don't think he knows. So he's just going to wear the glasses just in case.
Right. I think it was a precaution. Yeah, on his end. Yeah.
I love when it's a weird fact, but I love when the sci-fi is there, but not really explored.
Right.
It almost doesn't matter. And it's just, here it is. And that's all that matters is the facts of he can switch bodies, and that's all you need to know.
Right, sure, yeah, that's fine, yeah.
They're not sitting there going an ancient witch curse. They don't have bringing Vincent D'Onofrio. You got a Bagul problem, and
hey, I want to eat this sandwich. You got me in the middle of lunch at my my house. Bagul.
I'm going to tell you,
Not
Scott, you got a
not
bagool problem.
gabagool, not gabagool, because it's on my sandwich. You got a bagool problem.
I think your husband's a Babadook.
Here's the deal. You got a bagool.
Yeah, there's no textbooks that explain the demon that cursed his family 7
Wrong.
generations ago.
I know. Hey. All them talk about the bagool.
What?
It's all bagool.
Oh.
All of them.
It's my bagool research.
Bagool. Yeah, it's a bagool.
Rearrange the letters, you're going to get bagool problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's it.
No
Why
G
do I
there,
even
but...
talk to you? Well, who
All
are
right.
you?
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bagool.
End broadcast.